Hey everyone, how you doing today? As mentioned on the Daily Financial News, we have two wonderful experts with me. First up is Matt Hawkins. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing super awesome. We are lumberjacking it in lumberjacking land over here.
The lumberjack landlord.
It's a
Hey
good
man,
time.
you and me, together we're I don't know, close to 300 units or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, we've been in the game a little while. So I
a
would
little
like
bit.
to read you a response that I got to one of my videos. So the video that this is attached to is called Cancel Rent and CDC Order Almost Over.
Okay.
Landlords will not do year leases anymore.
Okay.
So I want to read you a comment and talk about how I responded and then talk about the bigger picture. So first off, the response says, "This is scary, period." So how does one rental at a time, in quotes, concept work? Question mark. Because this kind of investment is stressful and most likely end up with negative cash flow with slums living for free in your units, period. That's the statement. So how does one rental at a time concept work? Because this kind of investment is stressful and most likely end up with negative cash flow and slums living free in your units. What do you think?
I mean, I'm just glad we're split screen because people could tell that the screen probably wasn't frozen because I was still blinking. Like, really? I mean, honestly. Okay, three things. One, you definitely haven't read the book or taken the course.
Yeah.
That's one for sure. Because if you did, you'd know exactly how it matters, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, is you clearly, largely speaking, are not really interested in being a landlord. You're interested in the furry HGTV landlording.
Yeah.
You're not interested in real landlording, which it is an actual job. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
Now, when you get really, really, really good at it, it takes up much less of your time because you have processes and everything in place,
Mm-hmm.
and or management firms that are taking care of that stuff for you because you built the right team.
Yep.
So again, one rental at a time.
Yeah.
And going through that building your team model.
Yep.
And third is, yeah, I mean, you clearly need to be doing something different with your excess time and money.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is. Like, landlording is not super easy. It is a service industry. It is a service business.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to run it like a business. Shocking, I know. Business, yeah. Run it like a business. Crazy, crazy concepts we're throwing around here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah,
what I think about that statement.
Yeah. So I read that comment. And again, I do my best to get back to everyone. The channel's growing.
Mm-hmm.
I get about 150 comments, maybe 200 a day. So sometimes I reply back harshly. Well, I don't mean it harshly, but because you never know, right? You don't know their
Sure.
question. You don't know how I read the question. So I read this question and I'm like, because I get trolled by stock people all the time, right? I'm clearly a real estate guy. I don't like stocks. So they're always out there trying to trip me up, right?
Yep.
They're always trying to trip me up. So I replied back with something like, I don't know. I think I said something like, being a landlord might not be for you. Just go buy stocks.
Yeah.
And the guy replied back with, actually, I shouldn't say it's a guy. The individual replied back. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Individual replied back saying, "I expected more from you, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, whoa, because I just never know, right? I don't know if it's a serious comment, if it's a troll.
Sure.
What's going on? So let's step back. And what I'm going to guess is this individual doesn't own any rentals yet, based on the comment.
Yep.
So the first thing I would tell you is, yeah, being a landlord has lots of risks.
It does.
I would tell you that the media and friends and family make it sound riskier than it really is, because you can have processes and procedures, and it's a business, which means there's a legal process, generally speaking, except when the government does unconstitutional things, big star asterisk next to that, which is almost over.
Mike, the CDC always weighs in on housing rules.
Of course, in contract law and takings clauses and all of that. Of course it does. It's always had that power. Jesus.
Always.
Yeah. But anyways, outside the last 12 months, there's a legal process. It's a contract signed between two adults, and if bad things happen, you deal with it. So yes, I would say being a landlord is risky. If you listen to the media and all of that, it's sort of like, when you go buy houses, everybody talks about tenants, termites, and toilets, right? The 3 T's. Mm-hmm. It's really not that bad. There's inspections. There are things to protect you if you do the work, right? So the first thing I would tell you, reading this, again, trying to be respond better and try to appreciate where you are, is there's a process for checks and balances, right? You
There
can
is.
protect yourself. There is insurance. There is property management, right? I'm spending less than 2 hours a week on a portfolio that's, in the hundreds. You can outsource it. I pay through the
Yes.
nose, right? I pay significant percentage of income to property managers, but it's worth my time. So
Sure.
the first thing I want people to realize is, yes, there's a lot of craziness. And oh, by the way, it's craziness cubed the last 12 months,
Yes,
but
for
it
sure.
will end.
Sure.
And then, you're right. It's a service business. So, I feel for this individual. Maybe my response was uncouth, but you got to realize I thought I was being trolled by another stock guy.
No, I mean, honestly, Mike, like if you really think about this, right? If the things that we cover, this is our experience. These aren't made up stories. This is day to day, what we deal with, how we manage our lives, what problems we're having to face. This is there for you to help qualify yourself in or qualify yourself out. If a statement like maybe you're better off buying stocks sets you off, I got news for you. You're better off buying stocks. Like that's just the way that it is, because I promise you, what are you going to do when a tenant says something purposefully or does something purposefully to get under your skin?
You mean like
shut their electricity off?
Yeah, you mean like stop using oil to heat the house and buy electric heaters because
something like that, right?
Yeah. Like I could have.
Yeah, if I'd shut off their electricity, imagine the trouble I'd been in.
Oh my God, lawsuits.
Right? Like crazy. And regardless of all the horrible things that they've done to me, they still would have won.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I just have to smile and take it. I just have to smile and take it. We just way it goes. Mental note, this is what they're doing. So,
yeah,
I don't think, because I respond to the comments on my channel, I know you respond to the ones on yours, and I've been derelict in doing that since the baby, but that's something that's really important to do, because if something that Mike or I says, this is not for me, then okay, good. Yeah. Like, because there's pros and cons to everything. Aside from being an Amazon drop shipper, like that's the only job that's super easy that there's no risk to. And I'm teasing, of course, but there's, pros and cons to everything. It's also what you enjoy, what you can get good at. Mike and I are a lot of, I'm East Coast Mike, because I'm driven by a lot of the same dollars and analytics and how I value a deal.
Yep.
And that's where it's like, I literally had a conversation with my banker this morning, and she said to me, Matt, I can't believe you're finding deals in this market. We did. We found a couple nice deals in this market, and it was because we were able to show them, this is our model, this is the process, this is the math. Everybody is always more nervous when they don't know what's coming.
Yeah,
they are. So do your course, read your book, invest that time in, because that in most cases will help dwindle away the fear of the unknown, because you've now been shared experiences. When is a person in one rental at a time, when's that student going to get to 200 rentals? They will eventually, but not anytime soon.
Yeah,
right?
It's one at a time, folks. One at a time.
Yeah. So when was your first one, Mike? 20, what is it? 20 years ago?
Yeah. 20 years ago, 2022. So 19 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2002. Sorry.
2002. So yeah, 19. Yeah. So 19. Yeah. And I think my first was 02 as well, either 01 or 02.
Yeah.
So you've got 40 years, about 300 units worth of experience. That's the one thing that you can't replace.
Yeah.
Right. You can't replace that.
Yeah. So again, I guess what I would tell this individual who left that comment is, don't believe the noise around you, because the media always tries to scare you, and friends try to scare you unwittingly.
Sure.
The second thing is you build confidence by doing the work, right? That my course is no joke, right? It's not a warm and fuzzy thing. It's like, okay, folks, time to focus, get your criteria and look at it every darn day.
Right.
Right. Build your team, grow your network, be uncomfortable, pick up the phone, introduce yourself, tell people what you want to buy. And you get comfortable with repetition. I don't know any other way, whether it's a golf swing or hitting a baseball, losing weight, it's repetition and daily execution. Don't do it just on Saturdays. It just doesn't work.
No, agreed. It's muscle memory too. It's like, that's why it's like, we're constantly making offers. We're constantly trying to do deals. It's muscle memory. It's, looking and trying new dynamic things to win a deal. We just did a different one that I haven't done in quite a long time. We saw the property get listed. It had been live for 3 minutes. I had my broker call them, give them a full price offer, contingent only on a walkthrough in the first 24 hours. And I said they had 5 hours to accept the offer.
Nice.
They accepted it. So
go.
now I'll walk it within the 24 hours. And if I like it, great, we have a deal. And if I don't, then we don't.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
there's a bunch of different creative ways to do this. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Mike. Everybody's got to be still doing the work.
Do the work. And the last thing I'll say, and I got this morning, I talked about in the daily financial news. One of the comments in our group, which I think you're a member of, is I'm starting to see inventory. The market is changing. I was so happy to see that. This individual happened to be from Florida, but others have already chimed in. I mean, the post wasn't even live like 6 hours, and like there's 12 comments already, or some great number. The market's changing, folks. The people that are doing the work now will be ready for the deals that are coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, you're behind. You should have been doing it in January, February, and March, because right now those guys, they're dialed in and they're writing offers.
They're writing offers.
They're writing up, and they're winning deals.
Yeah. My students did 7 deals last week.
That's freaking awesome.
That is so good. That's so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Celebrate them every day. So any closing thoughts on this?
Mike, I think it's just like I said, I think that, not singling this person or this person's comment out, being a landlord isn't easy, and it is a business, and it is a process, and you will make mistakes. Plenty of risk. Absolutely. It's I watch those Bering Sea Gold shows where it's like many people have done this that have died or walked away penniless. Yeah. Same exact thing here. Maybe not the dying so much, but certainly, the penniless thing. Yeah. It's happened. So do your work. Make sure that you're following people that have had success, have a proven model, and I think you can't go wrong from there.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, man. This has been a great week. You have a good week as well. All right.
Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.